City between Riddick Bowe and Tyrell Biggs. I'd like to first of all welcome everyone to the first fight of our 1991 boxing season here on ABC's Wide World of Sports. As I told you, we're in the heavyweight division with a couple of big heavyweights. Both of these guys over 6 feet 4 inches tall. And when you talk about today's fight, you got to look at Riddick Bowe as the man on his way up. He's a skyrocket, and Tyrell Biggs, a guy trying to hang on. But both of these guys came to national prominence as members of our Olympic teams. Tyrell Biggs capped an outstanding amateur career with a gold medal performance at the 1984 Olympics. As a pro, he went undefeated in his first 15 fights, moving himself into title contention. But he was knocked out by champion Mike Tyson in 7 rounds, a loss which began a 3-fight tailspin. Since then, Biggs has rebounded with 4 straight wins, setting up today's crucial matchup against Riddick Bowe, the man who looked like he would be Tyrell's successor at the 1988 Olympics. But after dominating Canadian Lennox Lewis in round 1, Bowe ran into a series of right hands that cost him the gold medal. Like Tyrell, Riddick also has run off a string of victories that have moved him into the heavyweight title picture, including his most impressive victory, this second-round stoppage of Bert Cooper. Both men know the importance of today's bout.
For me, this fight means that I can redeem myself and show to everybody and to the boxing world that, that I am indeed going to be in contention for the heavyweight title.
Well, to me, I take every fight as it's the most important fight. So to me, I'm going in the fight thinking that Tyrell Biggs is the heavyweight champion of the world.
There's Riddick Bowe in the ring. He grew up in one of America's toughest neighborhoods, the Brownsville section of Brooklyn. That undefeated record. His apartment house was actually a crack house, and they had to dodge that coming and going. He's since taken his wife, children, and mother to Fort Washington, Maryland. And Tyrell Biggs, certainly he has had a successful boxing career, the gold medal in '84. But he has also had a very well-documented battle with drugs and alcohol. To put it simply, he was a crack addict. And Tyrell Biggs will be the first to tell you the greatest thing about his life is that he's been clean and sober for 6 years. Okay, here is Alex Wallow. And Alex, first of all, I'm glad to be with you as we begin our 3rd boxing season together.
Likewise, Daniel.
When you look at these two, it's hard to find 2 guys who match up like this physically in the heavyweight division. I mean, they're really carbon copies.
And they really are 2 men with outstanding physical equipment, but they're also 2 men who have always been questioned in terms of their mental makeup. Tyrell Biggs always has seemed to be plagued by self-doubt, by a lack of confidence in his ability. But just when Tyrell was in danger of slipping into permanent status as an opponent in boxing, he did score an impressive upset win over an unbeaten prospect in his last fight, and we will see if that has had an uplifting effect on Tyrell. Riddick Bowe doesn't appear to ever have had any self-doubt, but he does understand that he got a reputation in the amateurs as being, in his words, crazy and lazy. In his pro career, however, with the help of the venerable 79-year-old trainer Eddie Futch, Riddick has apparently dedicated himself. And Dan, if he maintains his focus as he moves up into world-class competition, Riddick Bowe will, in fact, be a force in this division.
All right, Alex, the fight's getting ready to start. Your thoughts quickly on the strategy of what we might look for.
Well, Riddick Bowe has a tremendous edge in power and strength. He must take advantage of that by keeping on the pressure and wearing his man down. He should not let Tyrell stay on the outside and make a boxing match with a slow, controlled pace, because that really is Tyrell's only chance to upset the 8-to-1 odds against him.
Well, the bell is right around the corner. 10 rounds of heavyweight action from Atlantic City. Let's go back now to New York and Frank Gifford. Back to Harrah's in Atlantic City. The fighters are in the center of the ring. Let's take a look at the numbers. And you see the 7 years in age difference, but other than that, only a 1/4 inch and a half a pound separate these 2 fighters. The rules will be the New Jersey State Athletic rules. A 10-point must system, the 3 knockdown rule, and the standing 8 are both in effect. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, and both the referee and the doctor may stop the bout. Our referee is Frank Cappuccino there in the middle of the screen, and he gets this fight underway. Riddick Bowe wearing the all-white trunks, Tyrell Biggs in the black, and Tyrell Biggs takes a right hand right on the forehead, Alex.
He definitely wobbled, Dan, and he does not want to get into a trading contest with Riddick.
And Riddick Bowe, wasting no time, sensing his man's in trouble, smothers him.
Eddie Fudge told us yesterday he has never, good left hook in retaliation by Tyrell. Eddie Fudge, Bowe's trainer, said he has never had a man hurt and failed to finish him. He said he finishes very well.
Well, all of a sudden, you can see Bowe no longer moving forward.
No, that's
right. That left hand stopped him short.
Right dead in his tracks.
See some blood coming from the nose of Tyrell Biggs.
That is a chronic nosebleed he's had in many of his fights. But what the Bowe assault did do, Dan, was it got Tyrell out of his game plan. He is now standing flat-footed and getting into a little bit of a trading contest, and that is not to his advantage.
You saw the jab of Biggs score several times. It's a weapon he's going to need if he has a chance to win this fight. Well, this was the kind of action we were hoping to see in this fight, and it did not waste long. Riddick Bowe landed a right hand in the first 10 seconds of the fight. Our three judges today who would score this fight if they go the distance: Phil Newman, Lynn Carter, and Al DeVito. They'll come into play if it goes the full 10 rounds.
Started out like you just needed one official to count to 10, Dan, but...
A wild right from Bowe misses.
Even though Tyrell has bled from the nose on at least 5 of his fights, he does seem to be bothered by a little bit. He has been pawing at it.
Inside a minute here in round number 1. At times in his career, Biggs has had a very sharp jab. You see how effectively there he's using the left, keeping Riddick Bowe away from him.
Tyrell Biggs should be just shooting the jab like he did right there, Dan. He's flicking it right there. It can be a very sharp punch. He's a converted southpaw, and you would expect that the guy who's been turned around would have power in his left.
A good right hand to the body by Biggs.
Oh, there's the heavy jab.
Good solid jab to the forehead.
And an uppercut on the inside by Tyrell. He has fought back very well in this round 1.
We're coming to the end of round number 1 here in Atlantic City. Stay with us. This is action underway here in the second round. Around the first round where Riddick Bowe got in a telling shot early. It looked like Tyrell Biggs was in big trouble, and then he stopped Bowe in his tracks with a left hand, and from then on it was a pretty even round.
Tyrell fought back very, very well.
There's a good solid jab, that time by Bowe.
Eddie Fudge told Riddick in his corner, he'll be looking for that right hand now, Riddick. Use your left.
Again, a reminder, Tyrell Biggs in the black trunks, Riddick Bowe in the white.
And another outstanding jab by Tyrell Biggs. The thing you worry about the jab, as good as it is he brings it back so low after he uses it. And when you're in with a man who punches as well with the right as Riddick Bowe does, that could be a terrible, terrible flaw.
There is Riddick's wife, Judy. She's at ringside and not displaying a great deal of emotion. I'm sure that's on the outside. Oh, there's a good left hand. There's a left and a right, and then the second left scored big, that time for Riddick Bowe.
As long as Tyrell is going to wait and let Riddick Bowe get off first, he's not going to win this fight. He must dictate the pace with the jab. Keep Riddick Bowe from coming in. Try to keep him from getting his rhythm. Good body punch there by Riddick Bowe. And another right, and then came up top. Good combination.
There was a good left hand off the ropes by Tyrell Biggs. Well, you can see that was a conscious effort to the body by Bowe.
Tyrell's face already swelling up under both eyes, and I believe a little bit over the eyes. It's a war of attrition right now, Dan, and when you have superior strength and power like Riddick Bowe has, that just has to be to your advantage and to Tyrell Biggs' disadvantage.